Hi, thank you for joining us for this episode of Recipe Share, a program on AADL TV, where we take a few minutes to talk about recipes in a featured category. Today's category is using herbs for cooking. I'm Beth, and as usual, I'm joined today with Katie and Elizabeth to tell us about their recipes. So we'll start with Elizabeth. Take it away.
Thanks, Beth. I'm really excited about the recipe that I have to share this week. If you know me, you know that I absolutely love pasta, and I love pasta salad, especially in the summer. But I do think it can sometimes be a little heavy slash just like a lot of carbs, basically. And I found this really great recipe for a less pasta-y pasta salad that featured a lot of vegetables and herbs. And so basically, you cook some garlic, and you saute some garlic with some red pepper flakes, and then several zucchinis that are chopped up, and just kind of let them not get like mushy, but just get a little bit cooked. And then I forgot to say, you toast some walnuts, and then you cook a small amount of pasta, just about half a box, and you put this together in a bowl with some olives, some green olives. I used Castelvetrano. I don't know if I said that right, but just some like yummy green olives, some capers, and then a bunch of fresh herbs. So I used dill, Italian parsley, and cilantro. And it was really, really delicious. Oh, and you squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over the top and add a small amount of I got a block of Parmesan and kind of just like roughly chopped it. It sounds complicated. I'm naming a lot of things, but it was really easy. The fresh herbs just made it like so delicious and so summery. And then the olives were really briny, and the capers, but the like zucchini kind of kept it light and feeling like it was vegetable-y. The lemon juice was really bright. And so I loved it. I was so proud of it that I have a picture here of me holding an enormous bowl of it in my backyard, showing it off. And it was great. I brought it to an outdoor barbecue and people loved it. And then I made it again, actually the following night, just for my fiance and I to enjoy at home, because it was so good. And it really made a really great, I didn't really feel like you needed anything else. It was a full meal. I mean, I guess you could like grill some chicken with it or something, but anyway, love it. Can't stop talking about it. That is my herby pasta, but not too much pasta salad.
That sounds really, really good. I love that tangy, briny, salty, and lemon. Love it. I'm going to make that.
Yeah, same. Those flavors all sound amazing, especially for summer. And I've been thinking lately about like transportable lunch foods. And that just seems like that would be one of those that you could just stick in a Tupperware and you wouldn't even, it would just be, super fast and easy to eat for lunch, but also really satisfying.
Yes. And I have to say it stores well too. So even the next day it was excellent. So that was kind of nice too. So anyway, highly recommend. And Katie, I will turn it over to you.
Okay, so the recipe that I picked today is from this book that I got from the library called Hot for Food All Day: Easy Recipes to Level Up Your Vegan Meals. So the recipe that I chose is called All Green Fresh Rolls with Green Curry Dipping Sauce. So kind of a mouthful, but you can see there that these rolls are rolled up in rice paper. And that's something that I had never worked with before. So I was really excited to try something new. The rolls are very, very herbaceous. The green dipping sauce actually has like a ton of cilantro in it. So, and the dipping sauce is actually cooked, which I thought was really interesting. But then the rolls themselves had mint, basil, and cilantro in them, and microgreens as well. And the microgreens that I happen to be growing at home right now are cilantro microgreens. So like even more herby for you there. And actually what I did was, since this was my first time doing this, I took a little video of my first time rolling up one of these. So I'm going to share that with you and I'll sort of describe it as we go. So let's see if
Cool.
I can make this go. All right, can you see my cutting board? All right, here we go. All right, here's the rice paper I laid down. And then I've got some green leaf lettuce in there, and then some cucumber that I just ribboned with a peeler. So that's really easy to do. I've got some sad avocado, unfortunately, here, and some sugar snap peas going in as well. Some jalapeno, and just adjusting a little there. That's fresh basil from the garden, and then some mint, cilantro, and the cilantro. Oh no, green onion I put in there because I just found some in the fridge. Cilantro microgreens on top, and then I try and roll it up, and it got a little stickier than I expected it to be. So it's very, very sticky, but I was happy with this first fold that I made and not as happy with the second fold. And then I squished it up, rolled it all up, tucked in the little end that I didn't fold right there, cut it in half, and there you have a beautiful green roll. All right, so I also took a picture of the final product, my plate, when I was done, and I made 3 of these rolls. The recipe actually calls for 10, so I did reduce it quite a bit. I could have probably eaten 5 of them. They're not very filling, and they were very, very tasty. The jalapenos was an addition that I made to the recipe along with the green onions because I just found those in the fridge. But the jalapenos is a little bit inspired by the last 2 recipes that Elizabeth has shared with us. Having that fresh jalapeno flavor in there is something I really like. So I added that. I also reduced the amount of mint because I find it very overpowering. And if I did this again, I would take it out entirely. There were still too many bites where I felt like I was just tasting mint. So I would take that out. I would add more avocado. I was sad I didn't have a beautiful avocado. Mine was small and brown. But if I did have a nice one, I would probably also add it into the sauce. I mentioned that the sauce was cooked, and that was supposed to thicken it up, and it didn't really work for me. It was still tasty and I liked it, but I think if you blended in some avocado with the sauce, that would thicken it up and also add some like creamy flavor to it. So I'd probably try that next time. The only other thing that I would say is if you do this, follow the instructions on the paper or the rice paper package. This recipe said to soak it for 10 to 20 seconds. And then I realized after I made it that my package said to soak it for 5 seconds. And I think it was really sticky because I was over soaking it. So just, read those instructions as well as your recipe. But those are my green rolls. They were really good.
It sounds good. It looks, I don't mind mint, but it looked really super fresh and green. I like that.
Katie, what did you say was in the sauce again? I can't remember if I missed it or if you didn't say.
I didn't really go into it, just that there's a bunch of cilantro in it.
Okay.
But there's also coconut cream, green curry paste, garlic, lime, rice vinegar, sugar, and sea salt. And I did use a sugar substitute instead of the sugar, and it was good. Oh, and there's optional chili flakes, which for me, if you say optional, doesn't go with chili flakes for me. So put the chili flakes in, give it a little kick. It was good.
That sounds really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wondered what it would be like to work with that kind of wrap. I found it intimidating, but what's the worst thing that can happen?
Exactly. And even though it did like stick more than I wanted it to, it still made the rolls and it was still good. So I would definitely say just go for it.
Cool. All right.
Okay. Well, Beth, do you want to tell us what you chose for using herbs to cook?
Sure. Well, I really came here to extol the virtues of parsley, like parsley in a vase. last year before the pandemic, my daughter and I took a trip and we ended up going to this roadside luncheonette in Half Moon Bay, California. And there was this salad on the menu that was called Mom's Herb Salad. And I remember eating it just thinking, it was so heavily parsleyed and herbs, not so much green lettuce, but I thought, why do I never think of adding parsley to my salads like that? Why is lettuce always or spinach always the star? So I've really been, utilizing spinach or that too, but also parsley a lot more. And I put it, I always have, I put it on eggs, I put it in pasta, I put it in, any sauces, anything I make. So what I decided to make this time though is a chimichurri sauce. And I used a Argentinian Uruguayan recipe that told me to just chop by hand rather than use a food processor. So it's made with fresh parsley, oregano, red wine vinegar, olive oil, and I used chili flakes, but it called for a whole chili, if you want that spicy. But anyway, I made it thinking I was going to put it on some meat. It's typically used for meat, grilled meat, and it's not. It's usually used as something that's basted with instead of marinated. But for what that's worth, we put it on a veggie grain bowl the other night, and it was so good. It was so yummy. And I didn't make enough of it. We ate it all up. So yeah, I'm down with parsley. I really want to see parsley be elevated to more than just the garnish that it's been branded, So anyway, any thoughts?
Yeah, I love parsley. I like growing parsley and actually forgot to plant any this year. And so I've been a little bit upset with myself buying parsley. One of the things that I wanted to mention that I didn't about my recipe is, some people don't like cilantro. And I found that you can really substitute parsley for cilantro in a lot of cases if you don't enjoy that flavor. And I think it would work well with the recipe that I shared. So thank you for bringing up parsley, because I meant to say that. And your chimichurri sauce sounds incredible. And I love the idea of using it on veggies instead of meat. I hadn't really thought of doing that before. So that's really cool.
Yeah, thanks. That's really good.
Yeah, I have a question, Beth. So do you use, did you use like curly parsley, or did you use the like flat Italian parsley? Because I do feel like they have slightly different flavors.
I like both. I mean,
I do too.
This parsley we planted years ago, it just has not died. And some of it grows back tough. So I think it's Italian. I don't remember. Yeah.
Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And I've just been going out, snip, 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 and it still grows. So
that's awesome. I love parsley.
Cool. Thanks. Anything else? Shall we? All right. Well, thank you for watching Recipe Share. Be sure to click the link below or look at the event page on aadl.org to find the recipes we talked about and share your own in the comments. Join us next time when we'll be talking about family cooking traditions. We're looking forward to seeing what you've been making, so thanks for sharing. Bye.